Man. 3 dead. It's raining. That's not good.
Zach, let's get back to the hotel. First Anna, then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
Sure.
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar. Of course, we don't really have to.
A bar? Now that sounds like a good idea. Zach, what do you think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
I like neither. Let's go for a drink. See, I'm not in the mood. Well, you're not in charge. I am.
George, that scar on your cheek. Where did you get it?
This? Didn't I tell you? Well, it's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing? I used to get a few scrapes myself climbing the big tree in our backyard. I used to climb it a lot. And fall out of it a lot.
This wasn't anything like that, though. It was my mother. She did it.
I'm sorry,
What?
George.
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims. I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud, she found reasons to hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
Please, Mama. I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama. Oh, I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry.
My God.
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just hearing those words used to make me shiver and want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her. I went to the woods to apologize to the trees. I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way? I thought long and hard about it.
That's what she said.
In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now, you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work. York. I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I? And if it weren't for me, both Becky and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink. But I guess this bar is my confession chamber, and I wanted you to listen. And to tell you, well, you must already hate me for causing all these problems, not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
George, you've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
Four.
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane, too. We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
I know. Carol, you took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
I'm busy, gotta go.
Huh. Usually I wouldn't do this, but because it's a song, you know how songs on YouTube work, it's bad for me, so we're just going to skip it for now. Let's get out of here. He forgot something. George. That's what I forgot.
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Hello.
Zack, Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Holy cow. That's not what you expect.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
York? Why is she here?
I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose. Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So I'll see you guys.
Well, at least he's an honest man. He knows his limits.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past. Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school. But I never really considered him my type. And there's the age gap thing, too. I respect him, of course. I wouldn't have taken this job otherwise.
So, did you move to this town alone?
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was
York?
hardly at home when I was a kid, always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step. We had our battles, sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
Giggity, giggity, giggity. Alright. Boogity, 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 amen. Boogity, 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 amen. Don't make me go back to the hotel. Wanna go driving.
I had a good time tonight. Good night.
See you tomorrow.
York.
Yes.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
He's never lied to you, to my knowledge.
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
Interesting. Where's my car at? I don't want to drive the crappy police car. Guess I really don't have a choice at this point, do I? Alright. Our first goal at this hour. We have no time limit, which means we can do whatever we want. Since Diane... I did do all Diane's quest. I don't know why I said Carol. Yeah, I did. Okay, well, you're gonna go to... the other side of the city. Where Emily's house is. Our objective is actually over there, but we don't care about going to bed. Well, really, Fiona lives over there. No, we actually never been over there. We won't be over there for a while. Where is it? Where is it? Community Center. Sander. George. I need to go to... Probably Milk Barn be the quickest. Go to Milk Barn to her house. We can try. I'd rather wait till we take on Roamin's Journey's quest. There's 4 of them. Besides, once you go to bed, it's basically you're going to bed. Oh, the Milk Barn's closed. We're gonna starve. Oh no. We could actually go visit the gun store too, but actually that's actually not a bad idea. No, 'cause I'm gonna use the same gun over and over again for the rest of the game. I already know that. It has to be raining. Alright, so journey. Oh, let's have some fun. Wish I had the other car for this one. Side quest number 44.
Hey, Sigourney.
I'm glad you're here. My pot, it's getting cold. Please, let's get going.
Could you explain what you're talking about?
What are you rambling on about? My pot's getting cold as we speak. Hurry, hurry!
Zach, I guess we're going to have to drive her home. But I wonder what happens when her pot gets cold.
Do you really want to know? Alright, you know where we're at?
Now, get the car going. My house is over by the lake. 3, 2, 1, go!
So... Wait, what if we leave the house? Oh, there's so many arrows. Wow, this is actually pretty quick. I expect this to be like right over here.
This is not good. It's losing more and more of its warmth. At this rate, my pot is going to get cold. Hurry! Hurry! Step on it!
God,
Why
you're
do you have to drive so safely? Can't you see my pot is getting cold?
What the heck?
Oh, thanks to you, my pot is still warm.
I'm glad to hear that.
Don't get so excited, will you? Keep your voice down.
What, are you going to tell me a secret?
The pot knows everything. Hears all. If you can't find the person you are looking for, you need to look at things from a different angle. There is only one truth, but more than one is always visible. Like cooking a stew. Mix things in and wait for it to boil together. Just make sure it doesn't get burnt. And keep an eye on it. You have to gently mix it sometimes and wait until it's ready. Listen carefully. The best stew is a stew that is boiled slowly.
She freaks me out.
Oh my! My pot is getting cold again! Did you have to talk so long? Oh!
Now you know this is the cold part 1. There's 4 or 5. Yeah, there's more than one part, depressingly. So while we're in the area, let's go ahead and go to the right. And to the right again. Get him away! That was douchebaggers, but I enjoy it. Man, that card's taking some time.
So, where shall we go next?
We know where I want to go next. Oh, it's not even the way there. Dang it. How do you even get the rain though? Like, automatically. Like, oh, I had my eyes just looking at his window. Is the car? Yeah, he's driving the wrong way. Not getting usual here. But you were, but Hey, watch my pot's not in good mood today. One. I really don't know what to say after how she just teleported where I was going. Let's see, can I avoid... Oh, no I can't. Dang, I was hoping just to... Okay, we've done mission 4, we've done mission 5, we haven't done mission 6 yet, though. QWERTY keyboard. Again? How many times do I get outbid on this item?
Zach, let's go over our progress. From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, we paid attention! Fight for the crime.
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed.
Yeah, that's got sniped.
Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance. Zach, who is the other person in the gallery?
Well, technically we had... Harry. Harry didn't mind if he didn't make the scene.
Casey. We followed Good Dog all the way to him. Casey's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship.
Oh yeah.
That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
He actually heard footsteps of boots.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
Are you asking me seriously? I don't think so.
Me too. Asha sent in a report too.
I don't
We
remember
found
this
a
one.
large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer.
We didn't even see the Raincoat Killer
In
at all.
minutes. There's the locket, which is in Carol's possession. The man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Who knows?
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out?
It was interesting.
I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy.
Hmm? Hello, I didn't know you were back.
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
I drink alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly. Baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I learned later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
And everything is stopped.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Oh.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child.
Whoa.
I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
Sounds like schizophrenia.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
No, I'm not angry, bro.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh, Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Oh.
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Yes.
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember? Our conversation with Emily. She's really interested in you.
Baby, old
I
baby's
think she's
interested.
starting to have certain feelings for you.
Oh yeah.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Agreed. But
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just a moment. Hate it in here, Thomas. I think I'm going mad. I know you're there! Come on, please!
girl, pathetic.
Thomas!
Unfortunately, no one's there. Timmer. This is what I'm thinking. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, was that a walking of the... She know who did it. She knows who did it. I know what we're going to go to next. Next on Daily Premonition. We take care of Butler the Cyclist. And go after Carol. I will see you all then.